All right, and here we are, guys, over on the left-hand side of ESV Sanshorn Mist. We have our red Terran player from CheckSix. It is Ver. And his opponent over here at the 2 o'clock position. He is our green Zerg player from the teammates GoSu. It is ViBe.
You know, and Ver, you know, we just jumped from one of the longest ZVZs that I've ever casted, and Ver is actually one of the players in one of the longest games I've ever casted, ever. There was a game way back, like 2 years ago, that I casted between him and Liquid Haypro on the old Shakuris Plateau, and they mined out every single mineral. It got to the point where there was actually a moment where Haypro was neural parasiting ravens and using auto turrets that he made the ravens spawn to fight auto turrets that they spawned before he neural parasited them. So it was an interesting game, to say the least. So that's like, I'll always remember Ver for that reason.
I remember casting a game way back in the day between 11 Gaming's Lost, I think it was, and Liquid Haypro, and they both tried to sneak some Banelings by each other. It was a ZVZ. They were trying to sneak some Banelings by each other, and they were both successful, horribly successful, and they were both left with 2 drones at the end. So the thing was like, ZVZ is tug-of-war battle at that point, you know? So they were like, well, I can't make any more workers. I'm just going to make 2 Zerglings go, and then the 2 Zerglings would run across and get killed, and the other person would make 2 Zerglings and send them across the map. And it lasted that way for about another 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That sounds interesting. Interesting.
Horrific is the way I describe it.
So here we go. TVZ, a little bit of a different matchup here. ViBe going for the hatch first. It looks like a pretty normal opening from Ver. He does have no gas, so it looks like it is going to be a 1-Rax expand, unless he wants to do maybe a second barracks and put a little bit of pressure on, but usually if you're going to do 2 racks, it comes down a little bit earlier than this, so probably just going to be a 1-Rax expand from CheckSix Fair this time around.
And, you know, I mean, we do see sometimes on this map that, you know, a lot of players are going after the second barracks on the low ground. Sometimes they'll build it here on this little helicopter landing pad and then float it down afterwards, but no such thing coming out of Ver now. But, of course, he did pick this map for a reason, so he must have something specific in mind. A lot of players after this will just go ahead and follow up with those reactored Hellions nonetheless.
Oh, SCV got spotted, and the drone will get to see the command center go down before the Marine chases it away.
Yep.
You know, from the games I've seen of Ver, and I haven't seen, like, terribly many of them over the years here, but it seems like he is a Terran player that likes to play in a more kind of macro-heavy style. He does like to play on maps where he can take a quick third, so I think that's probably what we're going to see from him here. Getting 2 gas right away as well, so could be... What was that?
That was a
that
was a canceled gas there.
I could have sworn I saw the cancel thing go up above the spawning pool too, and I was like, what? But
the craziest drone rush you've ever seen.
It just happened to finish right when the other thing got canceled. Yeah, so that freaked me out for a second there. I was like, what is ViBe doing? But this is okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, just a gas cancel.
A little more normal here.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So let's see here though, as Ver. He is mining off of those 2 gas now, so very, very soon he should have enough for a factory. He's been constantly producing Marines the entire time as well, and then should be able to move into a pretty quick reactor after that as well. Like already sending an SCV in position, there's a factory.
Yep.
He'll get up to 50 gas, and then he's going to go ahead and put down a reactor as well.
Yep, that's right. So pretty normal game again from both players here. Now ViBe, we'll have to see if he responds with something like roaches. That's been pretty popular to do lately in Zerg versus Terran. If you make, you know, like 5 or 6 roaches, you can put some pressure on your opponent, you can get back a little bit of map control, you can kind of avoid having to build quite as many spine crawlers sometimes too with that as well. So it's been really, really popular. But you see just as many Zerg players throwing down a Baneling nest, relying on just Lings and Banelings to survive early on, and then just kind of playing that longer 2-base style, like a player like a Lenok would be a good example of someone who sticks a little bit longer on a 2-base with Ling Baneling in ZVT.
Yeah, very true. We do have a 3rd base just started now, though, for ViBe at the exact same time that his Roach Warren goes down. So putting down both those structures at once. Taking a look back on Ver's side of things, nothing too much has happened yet. He has, I take that back, he has actually started that 3rd command center.
The pinging person is back.
Oh, joy. We're going to get this the whole day, aren't we?
I guess so, yeah. You can kind of see the decision, you know, making behind what ViBe is doing. If you get that 3rd, you need those roaches to be mobile and get there and kind of defend against Hellions and things like that. Works a little bit better than Ling Baneling early on. You also can't have as much gas going if you're going for that quick 3rd as well. So Yeah, Vibe kind of showing us how to do the Roach style a little bit. Probably going to see a few Roaches, but he is getting 2 Evo Chamber too. That's kind of interesting.
The craze that's sweeping the nation, the Roach style. So
yeah, but 2 Evo Chambers along with that. That's something that I haven't seen quite as often. So we're going to have to see what he decides to do with that.
All right, well, he is droning up pretty heavily. He has another round going to come out here in just a second. Now, his opponent, of course, with those 3 command centers, is going to be able to saturate his bases very, 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 very quickly.
Yeah.
And move into quite a bit of an investment into infrastructure here, so long as he doesn't detect that Vibe is going to be overly aggressive.
Yep.
And look at that, actually cloaked Banshees.
Yeah, I like that. I think if you're going to go for a fast command center and you're not detecting any sort of like big Baneling aggression, like high economy Baneling bust or something like that, Banshees are a great way to kind of keep the pressure on your opponent while you can take your fairly safe third base.
And looks like he's trying to hunt down this queen for now.
I think he's going to get it too.
Hatchery's taking a little bit of damage. Yeah,
maybe.
Roach sent back.
Really
it's only 10 hit points. And
Vibe
just killed. That's awesome.
She was too weak. She had to be cold.
There's StarCraft for us right there for our next episode. But yes, Vibe decided 10 HP was plenty enough and had to finish it off himself.
Yep. Well, you know, I mean, it's like a horse. You know, if it becomes lame, it's just more humane to put it down rather than let it live in agony like that queen, I'm sure, was going to do. So
but she's sentient.
Vibe going the merciful route, man. What are you saying? Horses aren't sentient?
Wait, what kind of horses did you grow up around?
Well, sentient just means they're thinking creatures.
I thought that was like lots of intelligence. Maybe our definitions are a little bit different.
No,
but
sentient just means like aware. Basically.
Okay. Well, you'll see. Let us know on Twitter what your definition of sentient is, folks. I am at Kevinaki. He's at GoSu.ViBe. We do have a few Zerglings that are running up to the front, though.
Yep.
As Bunker's already well positioned to start taking a few of those out. Thank you, Matt Pinger. You're covering up our mini-map now. However, the supply depot will fall down. A few Lings are going to be able to get through, but at the same time, some Hellions tried to run their way into Vibe's natural. Weren't too successful. Cleaned up pretty quickly, actually.
Yeah, Vibe just making enough units to just kind of bull rush his way through here, doing a little bit of damage. He's killing off a couple SCVs. He has to manually target them now because of that whole position micro from Ver. Good idea, just using that on the SCVs. Oh man, but Vibe did a ton of damage here. Wow.
Yes, he did. Let's actually take... Oh, God, and he's coming back through with a few more here. He's killed 14 now and could go through a couple more of these weak supply depots. Will he get it? 20, 18, 10, 3, done! No. And he just makes his way on through, taking out the bunker in the process as well.
Yep, and here come the Roaches from behind as well. Uh-oh, Ver in trouble. What's happening at Vibe's third base? So it looks like there are 2 Cloaked Banshees doing a good amount of damage. Vibe is going to need to worry about those. He's already putting up 6 spores according to the production tab, doing even more damage, and he gets past the supply depots as well.
Yes, he does, and there's not a lot here for Ver to defend. He's down to 50 supply and still losing a ton more workers. Wow. The Roaches breaking their way through as well. Now, the Cloaked Banshees are still alive, still trying to do damage, but is it going to be enough to equalize this? No, look at that. Already Spore Crawlers in position. Wow.